Give it up for Samuel John there. Excellent. Who have I not spoken to yet? Ladies at the back. What's your names?
Leah.
Not you. Right. I love when you got asked what your job is, you had to think. You don't know this fucker. He changes it every fucking time he's here. Every fucking time. I love. No, he's just thinking of what he's going to say next month. That's what it is. He spends like 28 days thinking what he's going to do. Yeah, fuck it. Anyway, ladies at the back, what's your names?
Leah.
Fair fucking play. Fair fucking play. So we got Liam, and... Liam.
Liam with Y.
Liam with
We're part of a cult.
We're part of a cult. Okay. What's the application form like? Like what type of questions are on this cult list? Just in case you need to recruit a Viking.
Is his name
Liam? You just have to be a Liam. Sweet. So we're all changing our names to Liam, yeah?
Oh, you're not. You're not out here.
I thought that was the iceberg out there, but no, there's the icy bitch right there. Fucking hell. Right, we're going to move on with our penultimate act of the night. Are you guys ready? Yeah! This guy's been smashing it on the circuit recently, so please give a massive welcome to Zach Lacey!
Good evening, how you doing? I'm not having a good day, I've got to be honest. Today I had to get at Portsmouth, which wasn't the worst part of it, but no good day starts with, I went to Portsmouth. We working? Oh, that's better, yeah. No good day ever starts with, I went to Portsmouth. What happened, I was driving through Portsmouth, sat at some traffic lights, and I saw my mate, Ben, across the road. And I thought, well, that's weird, because I live in Bournemouth, and Ben lives in Ipswich, so the chances of me bumping into him in Portsmouth are slim. So I did the only reasonable thing you can do in that situation. I wound down my window and I shouted, "Oi, Ben, you wanker!" Then 4 things happened all at the same time. First, Ben turned round to see who was shouting at him. Second, I realised it wasn't Ben. Third, the lights went green. And 4, I stalled the fucking car. So there I am, sat in Portsmouth with a very angry man looking at me like he wants some answers. Went to get the car started and fucked off. Went to see, I thought, right, I need to calm down a bit, so I was a bit panicky. I thought I'd go and get a coffee. Went into Starbucks, and I don't know about you, but for me, if I ever go into Starbucks or Costa or wherever, all I want is a flat white. I don't want whipped cream, I don't want syrups, I don't want sprinkles or anything. Basically, I don't want a coffee that's been vajazzled, I just want a flat white, just want some anxiety in a cup. And so on the board, flat white, £4.25. But when he was ringing it up, he said, that'd be £4.30, please. And I went, no, it says £4.25 up there. He goes, yeah, but you had a cup. Excuse me? He goes, yeah, the cup's extra. I said, well, what are you fucking talking about? How's the cup extra? He goes, yeah, this is just our new policy. What kind of policy is this? What's the alternative to having a cup? Are you just going to pour it into my outstretched hand or just whack it straight in my pocket? I don't understand what's going on. Because you wouldn't accept that behaviour anywhere else. If you went downstairs to the bar and he asked for a pint of beer and he just poured it all over the bar, you'd go, hang on son, you're doing that wrong. If he then said, well, if you wanted it in a glass, you should have said, you'd be fully justified in calling him a cunt. But don't give me this bollocks about being good for the environment either, because you didn't grow these beans in a window box outside your flat, Jasper, did you? Starbucks have paid a Guatemalan farmer $3 a day and flown them all over the fucking world, and I'm a cunt for wanting a cup. Because while I understand that going for a cup of coffee, the most important thing is the coffee, the cup isn't the fucking optional extra. It's integral, it's all integral. Right, so what's your name? Abby, I wonder if you can can answer a question for me? It's not a difficult question, Abby, but there is a wrong answer, alright? So I just need you to think about it. What weighs more, a ton of feathers or a ton of bricks? Okay, we're going to try that with somebody else. What's your name? Fuzz, what weighs more, a ton of feathers or a ton of bricks?
Neither, they weigh the same.
No, you're wrong. It's the feathers. Feathers weigh more. You see, if you've got a ton of feathers, not only have you got the weight of those feathers, you've also got the weight of whatever it is you did to all those poor birds. It's enough question, man. Honestly, I worked this out. This is how fucking weird I am. I worked out if you wanted a ton of feathers and you decided you were going to go for pigeons, say, you'd have to kill 41,000 pigeons. That's a massacre. But it gets worse. If you decided you wanted to go with a smaller bird, if you wanted to go with robins, you would have to kill 537,000 robins. Does that make you proud of that? So personally, I don't know how you sleep at night. That's over 500,000 robins you've killed there. Just calm the fuck down, bird Hitler. Does anybody here have teenage kids? Are they pricks? Mine are. I've got two boys, 15 and 13, biggest pair of bellends you will ever meet. The problem is I can't complain about it because I made them that way. I specifically trained them and then designed them and then trained them to be like that because I too am a smart ass, sarcastic prick. And it's fine, when it's the three of us and we're taking the piss out of somebody else, it works perfectly, exactly how I wanted it to. The problem is, now they're a bit older, they've decided that they can join forces and turn on me. To give you an idea, we were in the chippy the other day to get some food, not for a day out, that'd be weird. But when the food was ready, so the woman handed it to me and goes, enjoy your meal. And I said, out loud, in front of everybody, you too. Go outside, the little one goes, oh, Dad, did you just tell a woman in a chip shop to enjoy the meal that she's not about to eat? I said, yeah, I did. He puts on his little sarcastic voice and goes, a bit weird that, I don't think I'd have done that, Dad. Alright, get in the fucking car. The older one took a slightly different approach. He went, he just sort of looked at me sideways and went, knobhead. If I'd called my dad a knobhead when I was 15, I wouldn't be here telling you this story, but the world has changed. You can't you can't leave a mark. If you're very careful and you know what you're doing, you can just about get away with it. But the other day, I was watching football in the lounge, and they both come in, and the little one looked at his brother, and he goes, oh, fucking hell, he's doing it again. And I turned around and said, what am I doing? And the older one goes, you're wearing jeans indoors, Dad. I said, yeah. He goes, what are you wearing jeans for? I said, because otherwise I'd be sat over my bollocks out. You'd have something to fucking say about that. What are you talking about? He goes, no, nobody relaxes wearing jeans anymore. It's just, nobody does this. He goes, you're not at a funeral, there's no need to be all dressed up. I decided to try and answer him back. I said, well, yeah, but there was a time where wearing jeans wasn't seen as smart at all. He goes, yeah, in the 90s. Like he was talking about the fucking Middle Ages. But the 15-year-old's making me laugh recently, because recently, last 6 months or so, he started talking like he's in an episode of Top Boy. You know Top Boy, the programme? Everything is mandem, blood, fam, all the time. The other day on the phone, we were just finishing up a phone call, and he goes, calm fam, say nothing. What the fuck are you talking about, child? Thing is, he's from a place called Verwood, which is in semi-rural East Dorset. Right? It's basically halfway between Bournemouth and Salisbury. Do you know what else is halfway between Bournemouth and Salisbury? Fuck all. Fields, trees, horses. There's nothing there. Do you know what isn't halfway between Bournemouth and Salisbury? South East London or fucking Jamaica. So fuck him. Fuck him is what he's doing. But it's all the fucking time. But in many ways, I'm glad we have that kind of relationship with them. I'm glad I have that kind of relationship with my kids where I can take the piss. Because when I was young, I wasn't very confident. In fact, I was quite shy. Here's why. When I was 7, we were at school getting ready for a nativity play. And when you're getting ready for a nativity play, the first thing you want to know is, what role am I going to get? If you're a boy, you want to be Joseph. If you're a girl, you want to be Mary. I didn't get either of those. They went to Caroline Wilkes and Stephen Jenkins, and this was 40 years ago, and I've still got the arsehole about it. I thought, well, maybe I'll get to be a shepherd or a wise man. No, didn't get either of those either, because my teacher, Mrs. Beecham, who, not to put too fine a point on it, was a fucking bitch, cast me as the wind. Yeah, you're right, I'd never fucking heard of it either. In fact, I've looked it up. I've read the Bible, it's not fucking in there. It doesn't say, hello, the Virgin Mary gave birth to the Saviour of the world, but fuck me, was it blowy that night? It's not in there. It's fucking in there. It's not even in the soundtrack. Silent night, holy night, all was calm. No wind, no wind. She fucking made that up. But now you might be thinking, okay, Zach, so what does being the wind in a nativity play even mean? What does it mean? Well, it meant wearing one of Mrs. Beecham's black pleated skirts around my neck, spinning around, going, woo. I am the wind. And now you're probably thinking, okay, but it might not have been the part you wanted, but at least it's easy. You can't get that wrong. You can get that fucking wrong, apparently. Apparently, I wasn't very good at being the wind. So while everybody else was left in our classroom, learning about Roger Redhat and the Village with Three Corners, I was sent out into the corridor on my own to practice being the wind. So imagine that. Little 6 or 7 year old Zach spinning around, woo, I am the wind. So another teacher came out of her class to ask me what the fuck I thought I was doing. And this was back in about 1985, so this was before autism. If this happened now, that second teacher would have put her arm around me and gone, okay, I think we'll get you tested, sweetheart. No, she just looked at me and went, obviously a dickhead. They probably had a conversation about that in the staff room. Anybody got that Zach Lacey in their class? He's a dickhead. Beecham stayed quiet, obviously, the fucking bitch. Unbelievable. But they do say that every story, every cloud has a silver lining. And this story does actually have a happy ending. Because that happened, like I said, 40 years ago, about 1985. And at the time, Mrs. Beecham had to be 60 years of age if she was a day. So now I can take comfort in knowing she's almost certainly fucking dead. I've been Zach Lacey. Thanks very much.